We have a scandal brewing in the unregulated world of fantasy sports. A mid-level employee at DraftKings inadvertently released sensitive data at the start of the week 3 of the NFL and won $350,000 on Fan Duel, which is a rival site, that same week. An episode has raised questions as to who at these sites has access to the information, such as which players the majority of the money is bet on, how it's protected, and whether the industry can or wants to protect itself. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries of Brooklyn has called upon the House Judiciary Committee to hold hearings on the Fantasy Sports League. Representative Jeffries issued the following statement. The recent revelation of possible impropriety and improper access to information at a popular online fantasy sports company is deeply troubling. The fantasy sports industry has grown into a multi-billion-dollar company that appears to be spiraling out of control, devoid of transparency and accountability. This is not the Wild West. The House Judiciary Committee should convene a hearing into the practices of online fantasy sports companies immediately. It is time to determine whether permitting a multi-billion-dollar industry to police itself serves the best interests of the American people.
Wow, that's a crazy situation. How much money was that?
$350,000 the same week. So it is likened to insider trading.
Yeah. Right.
Because he has access to certain data and he capitalized on it. Maybe.
Right, yeah.
I think New York State Attorney General Eric Schneiderman is actually going to get involved too, because he's going to send an inquiry about, because he wants to know who are the people in place that are in charge of putting these this data package together, players and rosters, and it's pretty much the customers who try to win these contests, they pick their rosters and their players, right? Mm-hmm. So it's pretty much based on the fact that the players that aren't picked, those are the guys that it's a small percentage of those players that are not picked, and those are usually the players on the roster that end up winning. So if people inside the company have that kind of data, it's unfair advantage to the people that actually play and have no knowledge or knowing of who's going to win, because they're just doing it based off of past data of plays and how they performed the week before. That's what they're basing off of. So if they're making these contests and this is how they're winning, it's unfair to the people that's actually playing, because you can't have that happen. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They definitely can sort it out.
DraftKings launched their own internal investigation and found that the employee had already locked in his pick
roster, so you got it after.
About 40 minutes before the data was released. So they are concluding that he did not use the information in a wrongful manner, but the Attorney General is trying to determine whether or not that investigation was valid. And then DraftKings, I think, and maybe Fan Duel as well, but I know DraftKings has instituted a policy that their employees are not allowed to participate in any fantasy sports, which is surprising, because I would think that would be one of the first mandates when you sign an employee contract is you cannot participate in Fan Duel and any other rival site.
Exactly. They shouldn't be able to do that because of situations like this,
But I think they're moving in the right direction, because the thing is, the right thing to do is to not have any resistance on an investigation that's looking into your company, especially when you have a problem.